So good evening. Here is the first video when using the Samsung tablet. So here on the side is how to turn on the tablet. It's this button right here. This button down here is the home button. So this is a button that if you see the screen, you can tap it to turn it on, to get it active. Once you tap it, you just slide up, and there is the Square app right there. Click that. So when you want to make a sale and you have a customer waiting, you'll have to connect a Square reader to this device. So most of the buttons on this tablet and even the iPhones and probably an Android phone are the same. So you just hit heads or tails if you're going to make a heads or tails sale. Then you hit review down there, and then you see it's $20. So you just hit charge, and when you have the reader connected, at that point you should be able to swipe or tap the person's credit card. But let's say the person wants to pay with their phone. You do have the ability to pay with the QR code. So just hit that. They can scan that with their phone and pay that way. If you want to go back, hit the arrow. They can also pay with Cash App if they have that on their phone. So if they pay with Cash App, that transaction goes pretty fast, because I did a test and I paid the test I had with the Cash App. So that goes pretty fast if they're paying with Cash App. Let's see. Let's say that you made a mistake and you need to charge them for 2 tickets instead of 1. So just hit this X, and you could go over here to heads or tails, and you just tap on it and you can hit 2. So now we are going to charge them for 2. Make sure to hit save. Now you see $40. So you hit charge. And then once that's connected to a reader, then you should be able to swipe again. They have the ability to pay with credit cards on their phone, or they can pay with Cash App. If you need to X out of this and get out of it. Let's say that someone already bought them tickets and you need to clear this. All you do, those little 3 buttons right there, hit clear items. And now you're back to 0. And just X out of that. If you are selling an auction item, or if you need to charge someone for an auction item, this is at the very end. And I believe Michelle and myself will be the ones handling this. But let's just say somehow you are doing it. So that is an open field, and if something is, let's say, $30 that they pay for an item at an auction, you just hit the price, you hit add, and you hit review sell. See, you see $30 charge. And let's see, because this is a variable item, at least that's what Square calls it, they can only have the ability to pay with Cash App. They don't have the ability to do the QR code here. And then, they can pay with, once you tap it or swipe it. If you need to clear out of that, those 3 buttons, clear items. Don't worry about adding a customer or anything like that. We don't need to do anything there. We don't need to collect signatures, so that stuff is streamlined. Another item that we're gonna have to kind of make it easier. So over here, I'm gonna print this QR code so that if someone wants to scan the QR code and buy a heads or tail ticket, they can do that as well. And all they have to do is I'll probably laminate it at like Office Depot, the QR code, and you can have them scan it. And then they get paid with their phone. Now let's see if you need to see if they actually made that transaction. I'm gonna go to Square. You hit transactions at the bottom, and you can see who has paid what. So that, remember I was saying I bought something with Cash App because it took right away. Well, that was me. That was my Cash App name. And I have a test set up because I was trying to make sure it worked. And it says, I don't think there's a time on here. Yeah, it actually says the time and how I paid for it. So as soon as someone scans a QR code and pays, you'll be able to see it right there instantly that, okay, yeah, they paid for it, and you give them their heads or tail tickets. And that, again, is by going to transactions. And then you have someone waiting in line who wants to buy a ticket, a heads or tail ticket. You can hit checkout, and you can start your sale there. So here was my test. And I hit review sale. See, I have a test set up because I was trying to make sure these items worked. Again, we don't need to do anything about the customer. And let's say that you want to add another test. You can remove it that way, remove item, confirm, remove item. And you can also get rid of it that way. Besides these 3 buttons, clear items or review sale, tap it, and you can hit remove item. It has to be read first, and you can remove it that way, X out of it. So there's a few different ways to remove an item. This test button will no longer be there come Gala. I just set that up so I could test the system. So let's say for some reason you're over here and you're not sure how you landed on that page, but you need to make a sale. Go back to checkout, and there you are. You're over here, you're in the library somehow, you're not sure how you got there. Just go to the bottom here to checkout. And doesn't want to work now. Let's see, where am I? Checkout. Okay. Well, I'm not sure why that wasn't working. But favorites will take you back to the items. These are the 2 items that we'll be actively using. Heads or tails, the auction item. Michelle and myself will be handling that at the end. Link teenies will be sold at the bar. So library, if you're over there, just go to favorites. It'll take you back here. If you're on this screen, swipe up. There's Square right there. Let's see, if you're over here. Oh, hit the wrong one. If you're over there, let's see. All you need to do is hit the home button. And if you're there, swipe up, Square. And again, heads or tails. Review sale, $20 charge. It will be connected to a card reader, and they can make the payment that way. If you need to X out of that, get out of it, you can either hit that item, remove item, confirm, and then X out of it, and you're at a clear screen. So that's how to use a Samsung tablet, and I'll do a iPhone video probably tomorrow.